Okay, so before we look at the parallelogram method to find resultant force, it is important for you to know how to identify the direction of the resultant force first. So it must make sense to you. So let's say, for example, I have a stationary orange car that is, and we're going to apply two non-parallel forces to it. So let's say, for example, we apply a force in this direction. Okay, so remember that we will need to indicate the direction. So let's say it is a pull, and let's say this is 15,000 Newton. Okay, so let's say we apply another force, okay, a non-parallel one on the other side. Okay, and let's indicate the direction and the magnitude. So it is a pulling force, and let's say this is 20,000 Newton. Now, before you go ahead to draw the parallelogram, have a sense of where do you think or what direction would the orange car move because of these two forces. Okay, so naturally, because there's a 15,000 Newton below and 20,000 Newton above, the resultant force, okay, would therefore be indicated by the blue line. The car will travel somewhere in between. Okay, and we usually indicate the resultant force with a double arrow, and it will be somewhere in between these two lines. So this will help you identify the correct direction of the resultant force when you draw the parallelogram. Okay, let's do one more example. Let me erase. Okay, so let's say we have another situation, okay, where we pull on the back of the car. Okay, so let's say we have a direction here and in this direction, and then we have another pulling action. Okay, so I have two pulling forces. They are non-parallel. Where do you think the orange car will move? Okay, so if you cannot see, you can imagine your friend that's pulling on one end and another friend that's pulling on the other end. Where would the car move towards? Okay, naturally, the car will move somewhere in between these two forces. Okay, so always remember, your resultant force will always be in between the two parallel forces. Okay, I hope this will help you when you solve your questions later.